Howdy! I went up for a hike yesterday. There's a really great trail by Fairbank, which is an old ghost town near here, and that used to be the railhead when Tombstone was in its Wyatt Earp heyday. The railroad didn't come to Tombstone until 1902, so everything had to be shipped into Tucson or Fairbank by rail and then wagoned here. But they had fresh seafood every day, really, really good quality food and everything, and that's the way it got in. But anyway, there's some great trails out there, and I went on a hike. Now, if you're hiking around here, you've got to be aware of three things you might meet on the trail. There are big cats, and there are bears. What should you do if you meet a big cat? Well, the chances are you're not going to meet a big cat because they're much more aware of you than you are of them, and they don't want to interact with you. But here's a couple of little guys that they did interact with. First of all, you can see there's the remains of a deer, just the head and the spinal column, and the next, dingo, small dog, something like that. So they're out there. And they'll sneak away before you ever get aware of them. But there's just a chance you might surprise one of them. So what do? Well, you make yourself big, you stand up and, put your arms out like this, and don't yell or anything like that, but just make yourself as large as possible. Chances are, they don't want to know you. Chances are then they'll just turn and walk away. The one thing you must not do is turn away and run, because at that point you become a prey animal and they'll come after you and you're done. What happens if you meet a bear? Well, again, there is a chance that you may meet one, but usually they stay out of your way. The only exception to that is in the cubbing season. You might be unfortunate enough to meet a mother bear and her cubs, and if you do that, well, you've only really got two options. You either start shooting or you kiss your ass goodbye, because they're incredibly protective and they'll come after you, and there's no way you're going to out wrestle a bear, no matter what Crocodile Dundee or anyone says. What's the other one? The third one? The third wild animal species that you're likely to meet on the trail are illegal immigrants, because we're close to the border and there's a chance that you may bump into some of these guys either sneaking in or sneaking out or waiting to rob you. So the lesson to be learned here is never go on the trail alone. I always like to go with my two best friends, Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson, and these stand me in good stead. So, lesson hopefully learned. Happy hiking!